Good morning. Welcome to Friday morning's medical Qigong practice. My name is Mary Frances. I am one of Henry Wellby's students. Today, it being Friday, we are going over the Golden 8 series. So let's go ahead and start our warm-ups. I'm trying to mirror you, so we're opening up to the left, settling into the space, letting the bottoms of the feet melt into the earth. Softening the knees, relaxing the low back, relaxing the shoulders, softening the jaw, bringing the tip of the tongue to the roof of the mouth, creating that connection between the front of the body and the back of the body, allowing the very top of the head to reach up into the sky. And we're going to be using our tapping warm-up today. Starting 3 to 4 finger rests beneath the belly button at the lower dantian, opening up the left side by tapping with the right hand in a loose fist. Breathing in and out through the nose. Bringing our mind's eye, our mind's awareness to the area that we're activating through the tapping. And then we're traveling up the midline of the body. Waking up the tissues, promoting qi and blood flow. Noticing any areas that might feel particularly stuck. Letting them relax, letting them open. Wiping out anything you don't need or want, letting it go back into the earth. And switching sides. Relaxing into the space, relaxing into these moments. Widening the stance so we can open up the channels in the lower half of the body. Transitioning. sliding that left foot a little closer to the right. Waking up the low back and the low back energy. Placing the palms of the low back, circling down the sides and up the spine, warming up the kidneys. Saying good morning, or good afternoon, or good evening if you're watching this later. Resting the palms at the low back, closing the eyes. Inhaling as we guide the breath and the chi to the low back, allowing it to fill up with energy. Exhaling, allowing the energy to flow to wherever it's needed within the body. Inhaling, guiding the breath and the chi to the low back, allowing it to fill up with energy. Exhaling, allowing this energy to flow freely to wherever it's needed within the body. When you're ready, gently opening the eyes, letting the arms come back down to the sides, and closing. Starting with our lung, large intestine exercise, reach for happiness. Inhaling. Exhaling. In and out. Inhaling. Exhaling. In and out. Getting ready to close. Closing. Our heart, small intestine exercise, the archer. Inhaling, exhaling. In and out. Getting ready to close. Closing. Spleen and stomach between heaven and earth. Inhaling, exhaling. In and out. Inhaling, exhaling. In and out. Inhaling, and exhaling. Inhaling and exhaling. Getting ready to close. Closing. Pericardium and Sanjiao. Turn and look back. Inhaling. Exhaling. In. And out. Inhaling. And exhale. Getting ready to close. Closing. Liver and gallbladder twist and release. Inhaling. And exhaling. In. And out. Getting ready to close. Closing. Kidney and urinary bladder exercise. Bend for health. Inhaling. Exhaling. In. And out. Inhaling. Exhaling. Inhaling. Exhaling. Inhaling back to the start. Getting ready to close. Closing. Our Ren channel exercise energy punch. Inhaling. Exhaling. In and out. Getting ready to close. Closing. Our Do channel exercise, energy jump in 2 parts. Inhaling and exhaling. Transitioning to part 2, inhaling as the arms come up, exhaling as they come down. Closing. Keeping the feet together as we bring the palms together. Bringing some of that wonderful energy to the face and the head. We're washing the face 9 times. Wiping the brow 9 times. Wiping up and down the entirety of the nose, 9. And then circles inward and outward 9 times. Just underneath the pupils at the cheekbone, 9 in and 9 out. And then dredging the channels of the scalp 9 times, using all the fingertips. Beating the drum. And grasping the ears. Using all the fingertips 9 times each side. Popping the cork. And then kneading the dew and the Ren channel inward and outward 9 times. Massaging the jaw. Our number changes to 12 times total, or 6 times each side, drawing the energy down into the torso. Continuing on down the breastbone, 12 times total, or 6 times each side. Sometimes my numbers are guesstimates. Bringing the palms to the lower dantian. We're going to close the eyes. Inhaling as we guide the breath and the chi to the lower dantian, allowing it to fill up with energy. Exhaling, allowing this energy to settle and store so that we may use it throughout the rest of our day. Inhaling, guiding all the chi that we've been cultivating over the past half hour to the lower dantian, allowing it to fill up. Exhaling, allowing that chi to settle and store so that it may be utilized throughout the rest of your day. Inhaling and exhaling at your own pace, allowing the mind to relax into the breath to relax the body, and allowing the chi to settle and store. Thank you so very, very much, everyone. Henry, we are ready for our Chi Chat.
Oh, hey, everybody. Good morning. Happy Friday. Thanks for joining us. We are talking about facial features. So I'm just going to jump right in. Quick review. Yesterday, if you missed it, we talked about some of the wood areas of the face, how they manifest on the face and that energy. So we looked at the eyebrows and the brow bone area, and that energy relates a lot to wood. Wood being that the emotions of passion and anger, that drive, that focus, that competitiveness, that's all aspects of wood. Now, I do want to remind everyone, and just want to be super clear, you may have, these are what we call gifts and challenges. And just because you have a certain gift or a certain challenge, it may not necessarily mean you're using it, you're connecting with it. So some of us may have that gift of wood, but we're not using it, we're not connecting with it. And so, or you may see someone with, like, say, really bushy eyebrows, but they're like the most chill person and they're very quiet and you don't know anything about them. Remember the left and right side. So they may be more internally, like, passionate and connected with that energy, that gift, but they may not show it because perhaps you know, you can see it a lot bushier, say, on the right eyebrow versus the left eyebrow. So those things do come in mind, but this is why it's so important, I feel, to know some of your features so that you understand what are some of your innate gifts and to be able to utilize them at the right time. And when I say gifts, it means that some things come easier for you. Also challenges, those challenges too. So that gift of passion and the challenge, and it's also a gift of anger too. They both go together. But the challenge of that also comes with it, you know, it's all part of the equation. So um, trying to understand and being able to utilize that is, I feel really important because I think we're all trying to seek to be our 100% true selves and really get connected with everything that's about us so we can really be our truly who we are in the world. Okay, so let's shift gears to fire. Okay, we talk about fire in terms of it doesn't have as much of its own, like, say, area of the face. We look at all areas of the face where it could be fire. We look at the little peaks. Okay, so it could show up in your eyebrows. Okay, it could show up on your nose. Okay, some people have a bit more pointier nose and maybe upright nose. It can show up like ears. My ears are a little bit more rounded. But I'll show you some pictures. Okay, some are from fiction, but just to give you an idea, and some are from real life to give you an idea of what fire looks like on the face. Freckles are very fiery too. We also look at like smile lines. So some people have like when they smile, they have these lines, they have these dimples. Okay, those are all also very fire in nature. So we look at all those things. And the tip of the nose is the energy of the heart. Okay, so there's a few things with the tip of the nose. And the nose itself is actually metal. Okay, that's gonna be a separate topic when we get to metal. But the tip of the nose, the color, sometimes you might get some redness. Okay, it could also, and this applies to all skin colors, okay? But you'll see like a hint of red, or it could be like bright red, or it could be a hint of green, okay? Or a hint of blue. So these represent different things, different emotional states. That's how the heart is expressing itself. And this is more like, not just like not like a normal event, but like something like a heartbreak, a challenge, a trauma of some kind, that would show up on the face. Something like really like a strong event, a very major event in your life that's affecting you. It will show up there on your nose. So yeah, heartbreak would be more like red. Okay, that's the heart being kind of sad and lonely. Okay, dealing with some hurt. So that's more fire, the redness. And then if it's like a blue, that would be more like a water, like a freeze, like your heart is frozen. Okay, so that might be from fear or some sort of trauma. And then if it's like a green, the liver also comes into play in that expression of the heart energy. And so that would be more like some anger, some like really strong anger. So that would show up on the nose. Okay, so the other aspect of where the very important where the fire shows up is in the eyes. Normally we say that's the wood area, okay, because of that. But this depends on your gaze, the energy of the eyes. So we say that sparkle, that life in your eyes, that's actually fire energy. Okay. Let's see. So you can augment. Okay, so all these things you can augment. You can augment, and I'll show you some photos in a minute. But if you feel like you need more fire, more spontaneity, okay, we can all do that. So like you can make your hair spiky and get little tips, and that would be the little peaks. That would be fire. You can also, shape your eyebrows a bit to have a little bit more fire. And of course, you smile more and you laugh more, and you can gain some fire that way, because that's the fire energy, the heart energy, that's related to joy, the emotion of joy. And so if you smile a lot, if you laugh a lot, you're just naturally going to generate more fire. So be around people who make you laugh, watch comedies. That's going to be really, really good. Even like romantic stuff, that's also part of fire, that romance. So that's really good. Anything that kind of feeds the heart. And remember that, this is about leading by the heart. So doing things spontaneously, really being in the moment. All of us can try to do that. Some of us are easier than others. Again, this is like a gift and challenge, but just because it's not a gift doesn't mean that you can't do it. It just means that it doesn't come as naturally for you. But we can all generate that and part of it is building these good habits, right? Like, so there's certain things that you want in your life that you want to connect to emotionally to. We can all generate some of that. All right, so let's take a look at some photos. Let me pull these up. Okay, don't laugh, all right? Okay, let's see. Oh, wait. All right, so this is a celebrity chef guy. If you watch Food Network like I do a lot, you might see him. So he has that, if you want that haircut, okay, so hair's going up. So this is very, very fiery, right? Both in terms of like the shape and the direction of the hair kind of going out. And you can see even how he shaped his eyebrows. He kind of combed it a little bit, but makes it kind of look more like it's going up. And you can see his eyes, they might be small in the face, but they kind of have like a little bit of a peak in here. Let me just show you. So like right here. All right, so you can see a little bit of that fire. Even when he smiles, you can see in his smile line there, a little bit of fire, but mainly you can see it in the hair. All right, so give you some examples of how you can do that. Even his goatee, you got that little peak going downwards. All right, so this is a small picture, sorry. So Chris Rock, you may also know. See, when he smiles, you can see his fire come out, and he has those smile lines and also those kind of like dimples that he has, like right here, those dimples, smile line. Okay, so this is all fire. Even his ears here appear a little bit of fire, and his eyebrows. Okay, so he has a lot of fire, a lot of gift of fire. All right, making people laugh and joy, spontaneity. Okay, so now we get into a little sci-fi. All right, so he doesn't have much fire, but I do want to point him out because he has more of that. We probably all know him from television, Jean-Luc Picard, but he has that really classic rectangular wood face. Okay, so just give you a little bit of ideas of characters. Oh, okay, so this is from Star Trek. But you can see he has like these really, this is Lieutenant Worf, and so he has like this brow bone, and the eyebrows are really bushy and going up. So a lot of fire and wood mixed together. Okay, so it'll be fire and wood mixed together. All right, so here's Spock again. We didn't really show a picture of Spock before, but you can see he has really that Spock ears, right? So that there's fire there, and his eyebrows are a little bit fire, but you can see overall though, like, okay, so if you see someone like that, and you see he has some fire, he has some gift of fire, but if you know Spock, he's more about intellect and logic. So it's like, well, that's actually not quite fire, right? That's not the energy of fire. Fire is that spontaneity, that joy. I don't think you ever hear him say a joke or laugh, right, in his character. So then if you meet someone like that and you know kind of their character, you're like, well, I don't see fire showing up, then you would be like, whoa, what's going on? So in this case, he actually also has a lot of metal in his face. You can see like he doesn't have a lot of those fleshy features on the face, but he does have like these cheekbones that are very bony and pronounced. So we say that's very metal area. And his this breath of life area is kind of hollow, empty. So it's not very full. So again, that represents more sadness and grief, loss. But his features tend to be very angular. So that in this case, it could potentially be like metal, like very rigid rules, kind of very contained. These are all aspects of metal containing the fire. All right, so that fire does not come out. So it's all kept inside and not being displayed. All right. Interesting, right? Oh, lastly, I think this is the last one. Yeah, okay. All right, so there may be a little bit of fire in the ears, but it's not like he's the jokester or anything like that. I hope you guys understand these references. All right, so this is from Star Wars. If you've seen Star Wars, I can't assume everyone's seen Star Wars or know who these characters are. This is Yoda. And so you can see the ears, there's some fire there, definitely. Kind of that internal humor. So he does play around with Luke and the other characters on the show, but in the movies, but it's more that internal humor a little bit. He's kind of a playful character, but he's known more for his wisdom, right? So you can see his kind of that classic octagonal face shape. Okay, I'm not sure if they had this in mind, but he has more about what we say a more water type of face, that water wisdom. Okay, all right, so that gives you some, hopefully a fun understanding of how, how we see faces, whether they be real faces or fictional faces. But, some of these people who put these characters together may not be trained in what, I'm trained in, but we kind of inherently know, so we respond a certain way to certain features on the face. So that ends up making sense even in fictional characters. Okay. All right, so that was fire. Thank you very much. Hope you enjoyed that. We hope to see you tomorrow. Tomorrow is Saturday. And so we have a new exercise for you tomorrow. And it's going to be the liver gallbladder exercise in the basic 8. And we're going to work with the energy of our eyes. So we hope to see you tomorrow at 8:15. Thank you very much.